Hello everyone, Total Drama Misk here with a new video, and in this video I'm going to be doing What If There Was a Ridonculous Race 2. Here are the teams that I've picked out. We have Courtney and Duncan, Lashana and Harold, Katie and Sadie, Mike and Zoe, Amy and Sammy, Brick and Joe, Chris and Chef, Carrie and Devin, Emma and Noah, Emma and Chase, Junior and Dwayne, Z and Ripper, Wayne and Raj, Blanley and Josh, Jasmine and Sean, B and Dawn, Tyler and Lindsay, and Justin and Caleb. I chose most of these teams based on past interactions with each other and past relationships. And when it came towards Justin and Caleb, I just picked them because they're pretty much the exact same character. So we're going to get right off onto it. For the first challenge, I think the teams that are going to be safe first are probably going to be Sean and Jasmine, Mike and Zoe, followed by Brick and Joe. So I think those three teams would be safe first, and I think eventually it would just come down to maybe Emma and Chase because of constant bickering, and Blanley and Josh. I think that since Blanley and Josh would have more experience with shows like this, I think it would mean Emma and Chase being the first two eliminated. Simply because it seems like they would be a bit too dysfunctional to work together. 17th place, I think, where the teams that would be safe first here are Emma and Noah, Lashana and Harold, and then Brick and Joe coming in third again. I think this time it would probably come down to Lindsay and Tyler up against, let's go with, Amy and Sammy. And I think I'm going to have to eliminate Amy and Sammy here for the same reason I eliminated Emma and Chase, simply because of team dysfunctionality, since these two would not really work together all that well. For the next elimination, I think the ones who would be safe first would be Brick and Joe pulling in a dub, followed by Wayne and Raj, and then Chris and Chef. I think the bottom two would come down to Tyler and Lindsay, and Blanley and Josh. And I think at this point, Blanley and Josh would get the boot. I'm not entirely sure why, I just want to get them out of here. Next up, for the next elimination, I'm going to go with the teams being safe first are Carrie and Devin, Mike and Zoe, and then let's go with Katie and Sadie, because I think that would be hilarious. I think these two would work together really well and actually manage to make it into a top 3 for once. In the end, it would come down to Lindsay and Tyler and Z and Ripper. And I think at this point, third time's the charm for these two. So here we have the eliminations order so far. For the next elimination, Lashana and Harold would probably grab a W, followed by B and Dawn, and then Sean and Jasmine. And the bottom two would come out to Justin and Caleb, and let's go with Junior and Dwayne. And I think Justin and Caleb would get out here, probably because they'd probably be too distracted, probably arguing over who's hotter. Next up, in 13th place, I think Wayne and Raj would win, followed by Junior and Dwayne with a comeback, followed by Z and Ripper. I think Z and Ripper getting third here would it would make it seem like they're about to do a comeback, And I think that would actually be pretty cool seeing these two work together and actually accomplishing something for once. I think in the end it would come out to Katie and Sadie and Emma and Noah. And you know I can't eliminate Emma and Noah this early, so Katie and Sadie, goodbye. You guys are doing great, you got some character development, but it's your time to go. The next teams to be safe first would be B and Dawn taking first place, followed by Chris and Chef in second, and Mike and Zoe in third. In the bottom two, it would come out to Junior and Dwayne, and Z and Ripper. And I think at this point, Z and Ripper, goodbye. Now, the reason why I'm putting Z and Ripper here is because I'm gonna go with, like, towards the end of the race, Z's prosthetic gets caught on something, allowing Dwayne and Junior to reach the end first. So a simple case of bad luck. Next, I think that Brick and Joe would come in first, followed by Sean and Jasmine, and Wayne and Raj. This would leave Carrie and Devin and Chris and Chef in the bottom two. And I think Chris and Chef would get the boot here, probably because they would have a disagreement about something like they always seem to do. And probably because Chris would be too busy signing autographs. Now, the rest of this cast is actually looking really solid. So I'm going to say Courtney and Duncan come in first, followed by Carrie and Devin making a small comeback, and then Emma and Noah, which would leave the bottom two at Junior and Dwayne, and I'm going to say Jasmine and Sean, and I think this is where the father and son duo would actually fall. Next up, we have a few more eliminations to go before the finale. So, I think that the next teams to be in the bottom two would probably be B and Dawn and Carrie and Devin. I think that both of these teams got a bunch more development, especially this team here. And I'm going to say that they quit while they're ahead and they get out here. Not actually quit, though. This team would actually work amazing together, since it seems like in Revenge of the Island, these two actually got along pretty well, and I think having them on a team together would actually be a really cool concept, but I don't think they would go that far. Next team to be safe would be Sean and Jasmine in first, followed by Emma and Noah, and Courtney and Duncan. I think the bottom two here would be Lashana and Harold and Brick and Joe. And I think that this is where, sadly, we'd have to say goodbye to Lashana and Harold. I think that between Brick and Joe and Lashana and Harold, Brick and Joe would have the upper hand, since they're both more athletic than this group. So, Lashana and Harold, goodbye. Next up, we have, we'll say, Wayne and Raj come in first, followed by Carrie and Devin, and Sean and Jasmine. And the bottom two would be Mike and Zoe up against Courtney and Duncan. I think that Mike and Zoe would fall here, because I think that the writers would want to keep these two going for more drama. Since, you know, it's Courtney and Duncan. Next teams to be in the bottom two would be Carrie and Devin and Wayne and Raj, and I think that this is where Carrie and Devin would fall, simply because it seems like out of all these cast members left, of all these teams left, these two are sort of sticking out. And they did around this well in the previous season, so I think it's like poetic, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, coming in 5th place between these final 6 teams. Final 6. Nope, final 5. So between these final 5 teams, I think the one that would come in 5th place would probably be Emma and Noah. I'm sorry to say it, but I just don't think that these two could beat out the last few teams. Now, this is sort of like an all-star cast for this, but I think eventually it's going to come down to Courtney and Duncan versus Wayne and Raj, and then Wayne and Raj would get the boot, leaving it down to just these guys. I think the next team to go would be Courtney and Duncan, since out of all of them, do you really think they could beat these four? And that leaves Jasmine and Sean and Brick and Joe. Now, me personally, I think Brick and Joe would be the canon winners of the season, with Jasmine and Sean coming in second, but it could really go either way. Depends on how you would want it to end. And there we go. This is if there was a Ridonculous Race 2. I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you guys agree with my rankings and listing, please tell me in the comments. And if you don't, what would you change? Thank you so much for watching. This was Total Drama Misc. Cheers.